Upon waking up, Nazhiyang crossed the continent of Tivat, signed in to gain a succubus physique, and even became the leader of a chat group. Wait, you calm down a little bit. Ying. You took the initiative, you can't blame me. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Demon Lisa. Master, the vampire from the Red Demon Hall is looking for you again. Can you handle it quickly? Middle 2, Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers. Group Leader, I'm hungry. Synopsis, Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers. Hey. I from another world, don't do such a shameful thing in the group. Closing the chat panel, Nazhiyang looked at Naxita in front of him and walked back with a dry smile. Wait. You. Calm down. Introduction. Second creation works, please do not completely bring in the original work. Chapter 1. I have traveled dimensional chat group. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Brain storage area. Disclaimer in advance that all content in this book is a second creation, and some parts will be modified by magic. Please do not substitute too much original content. To prevent backstabbing in a certain game, stack your armor first. Doge, also, this book is not solely about the female lead. Those who cannot accept it can withdraw. I am. Slowly opening his eyes and rubbing them, Nazhiyang realized that what was in front of him was not the ceiling, but the azure sky. Boom! The sudden explosion startled Nazhiyang, followed by cold splashes on his face and body, drenching him like a drowned rat. Ah! Shouting loudly, Nazhiyang woke up and quickly stood up, breathing heavily with his face down, and wiping his face with his hand. They take a handful. The author was named Faye and wrote it under their own name. In the previous paragraph, there was a photo of their ID card. If you don't believe it, go take a look. Cover your face, looking at the wet grass and recalling the explosion just now, Nazhiyang was completely confused and his mind seemed to be buzzing. What's going on? Didn't I sleep at home? Where am I now? The thought appeared in my mind, and I was stunned for a while until the sound of footsteps came to my ears. How are you, big brother? Are you okay? Did Coley hurt you? Turning her head to the side, a lively and lovely-looking girl appeared beside her. Wearing a red dress, with a Clover logo on the same red hat, white lantern pants, brown boots, and a small shoulder bag. There is also a small doll hanging on the side of the bag. Sharp pointed ears, a head of golden medium-length hair, with a standard student hairstyle, and a golden stiff hair curled up from the front of the brim. Big brother, why aren't you talking? Can't there really be any injuries, right? I'm fine. Without much thought about the current situation, Neo responded to Kelly's question first. After receiving such an answer, Corey breathed a clear sigh of relief. Who? If it's okay, it's good. It scared me to death. If it hurts someone, the piano team leader will come knocking on me. Looking at the person in front of him, Nazhiyang probably knew the current situation. I seem to have traveled and even arrived at an open-world game. Kelly, my second Olympics. Tivat, original. Having determined the current world is somewhat a relief. Among various worlds, a world like this is actually the safest. But the question is, how did you travel by yourself? System bound, confirm host. System. When such thoughts flashed through his mind, Nazhiyang suddenly noticed that the flow of time around him seemed to slow down, probably due to the system. No, it's not that the flow of time has slowed down, but rather that one's thinking speed has increased. Everything around me has indeed slowed down, but my body movements have also become very slow. Beginner's Guide is about to play, do you want to skip it? No. Preface. What? What thing? Say it's playing a beginner's tutorial, can you give me a preface? After 3 years of persistence, Nazhiyang only slept 1 hour a day, and finally died suddenly at February 30th, noon on February 14th of a certain year. At the moment of sudden death, he was caught up in the chaos of time and space, and after recovering his vital signs inside, he fell into this world. Beginner's Guide officially begins. Check-in can be done once a month, and 2 advanced abilities must be obtained for the first time. Do you want to sign in immediately? Sign in. Sign in successful. First sign obtains 2 abilities. Obtaining passive ability. Charm Constitution, Gold, acquire proactive ability. Ability copy, Black, the beginner's guide has been completed. You can choose to view the panel. For more functions, please explore on your own. No, you're calling it a beginner's guide. Is it called a beginner's guide to sign in with nothing but a guide? View panel. Host. Nazhiyang. Gender. Male. This item will be hidden from the future. Race. Human. Ability. Ability Replication, Black, dot. Strength estimate. A slightly stronger ordinary person. Constitution. Mema Constitution, Gold, dot. Looking at these things on the panel, Nazhiyang attempted to use the method of clicking with thoughts in the novel and clicked on the quality of his abilities. Ability quality from low to high. White, green, blue, purple, gold, red, colorful, illusionary, black. No longer displayed in the future. After trying several more times, the physical fitness and ability qualities that were just shown never appeared again. Just when it comes to abilities, there is an introduction to abilities. Ability copy, Black. If you stare at others for more than 3 seconds, you can randomly copy a beneficial ability for yourself. Note: there is no limit before diversification, and after a single unit, the target can only be raised by 1 level. The ability to be replicated is not displayed on the panel. After reading it, although there are still many doubts, now it can only be like this, but is the ability to replicate. Through the experience of traveling through previous novels, Nazhiyang quickly accepted the current situation and looked directly at Kelly next to him. At the moment when the system panel was closed, Nazhiyang's thinking speed returned to normal. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Bomb Mastery. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Lucky. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Fire Element. Big brother, what have you been staring at me for? At this point, Corey's words suddenly stopped. She lifted her left hand to support her forehead, shook her little head, as if feeling a bit dizzy. Because Kelly is so cute. I'm Nazhiyang, you can call me Yang Yang by your nickname. I got it, Yang Yang, brother. Upon hearing this title, Nazhiyang was taken aback and quickly reacted, continuing to smile on his face. It's not foreign, it's foreign. I know now, brother Yang Yang. You feel so fragrant on your body. As she spoke, Kelly pounced forward and threw Nazhiyang to the ground, like a fierce beast pouncing on him. Wait. Coley, please calm down a bit. Hee, it smells so good, so comfortable. On the grassland next to Xingluo Lake, Nazhiyang was pushed down by Kelly and lay on the grass. Kelly lay on Nazhiyang's chest like this, laughing happily and constantly rubbing her little head. Slowly, I fell asleep like this. Looking at the little girl who had already fallen asleep, Nachio breathed a sigh of relief, lifted her arms around Corey, and gently patted her back and head. Ha! It's okay, I thought. Bah! I didn't think about it. Absolutely not. It's also okay, but Lily is young and doesn't understand those things. She just feels very comfortable, so she slept on this soft bed. The few abilities copied just now are enough to make Nazhiyang no longer an ordinary person. Next up, wait until Kelly wakes up, and then see if we can go to Mon together to see. Having already made a plan in his heart, Nazhiyang decided to wait quietly, but just then, a voice suddenly rang in his mind. The dimensional chat group has been bound, you have become the group leader. Come and manage the group and invite new members. Ha! Dimensional chat group. Chapter 2. The first group member, Children from a Different World. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Try opening a chat group. With this thought in mind, the chat group interface opened and a virtual screen appeared directly in front of them. Dimension chat group, when the total number of members in the group is 1, hurry up and send an invitation to the random world. Current points earned. 0, point acquisition method. Group task, not opened, group active, each time you personally speak with a cross or more, you can earn 1 point, points mall. Products are randomly refreshed at 2:30 p.m. daily, with a limit of 1 purchase per person. Ability sharing. You can put your own abilities into it for all team members to use. You cannot put system talents into it. Under these things that are visible to all staff, there is also something that can only be seen by oneself. Group leader privilege. Group members who meet the activity requirements can earn the same points. Nazhiyang glanced at Kelly, who was already asleep, and turned his gaze back to the chat group. I clicked on the number of group members, and then a prompt popped up, indicating another setting. Please set the filtering range. After looking through the various categories below, in the end, Nazhiyang really didn't want to post anymore, so he decided to filter out the categories and only invite women. Settings completed. Would you like to send an invitation now? Yes/no, yes. Random invitation has been sent and we are currently searching for a target. Seeing this, Nazhiyang started setting up group announcements based on his previous experience of reading novels. It's not as complicated or easy to understand as the settings. Welcome newcomers, this is a chat group that connects all worlds. Many members come from other worlds. Let's build a friendly and mutual chat atmosphere together. If you don't believe it, open the ability sharing and give it a try. No matter whether others think it's simple or not, Nazhiyang thinks it's quite simple, and that's enough. After finishing all of this, Nazhiyang put the fire element that had just been copied from Cory into the ability sharing, and then closed the chat panel. Holding Kelly tighter, Nazhiyang closed his eyes and rested together. However, before that, Nazhiyang still had some doubts. Kelly isn't it the holder of the fire attribute Divine Eye? Why is it copied to the fire element? And this fire element is still it can be directly controlled. Woo. I closed my eyes and lay down for a while, but a sound like an air raid alarm woke up Nazhiyang. Suddenly widening his eyes, he saw the chat group panel displaying a prompt for new members to join the group. I'll go. Can't you give a more normal reminder? Do you want to set a new message prompt sound? Set up. After 2 minutes, Nazhiyang set the sound of the chat group prompt to the sound of new news about a certain species in Antarctica, and then opened the chat interface. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Is anyone there? Is what was said in the announcement true? Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Hey. There's a point. That's not a lie. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Ability sharing, I'm going to take a look now. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Wow. It's actually true. Hee hee. Group leader, Nazhiyang. Welcome newcomers, you are the first group member. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. The group leaders have appeared. They have indeed appeared. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Hey, hey. Isn't this the one? Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. 8 Clouds Purple showed me novels from the outside world or something. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. What chat groups, emulators, systems, and so on. To be honest, this guy is quite good at handling things. Every sentence is at least 10 words, which happens to earn points. Thanks to her gift, Nazhiyang now has 9 points. Group leader, Nazhiyang. That's right, this is the chat group. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. So, am I your harem? Group leader, Nazhiyang. Ha! Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Isn't that all the novels in the chat group like this? Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Morisa. The members of the group are all members of the group leaders XX or something. Group leader, Nazhiyang. Hey! Don't think of me as a stallion, okay? Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. You just say it, do you want it or don't you want it? Group leader, Nazhiyang. I think so. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. You're too honest, aren't you? Hey! Group leader. Misty Rain Magic Lisa uploaded Light Magic to ability sharing. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Hee hee. Since I took your fire element. Fantasy Land, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. So I'll also upload my light magic. Group leader, Nazhiyang. Thank you very much for your cooperation, Miss Wuyu Morisha. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Master, don't call it so cute. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Just call me by my name. Can these people travel through the world? Group leader, Nazhiyang. It's possible, but there are too few people now and it hasn't been unlocked yet. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Hey. Well, okay, I have something else on my end. Let's talk about it next time. Group leader, Nazhiyang. Alright, go ahead and get busy. Looking at the suddenly quiet group chat, Ziyang only had one idea in his heart. The first one to enter the group is this live treasure, it's really great. Open the group mall and take a look. The first item is a special offer, only a 10% discount, and everything else is at the original price. The first day of today's special offer is massager. 100 points. After clicking on the introduction, I took a glance and saw that it was an ordinary massager, while the one next to it that was the same as him, with the slightest difference, was only 5 points. TSK. There are pitfalls in the points mall. I originally wanted to check other things, but at that moment, Kelly moved. Feeling the commotion from Kelly, Nazhiyang once again closed the chat panel. Whoa. How could Coley fall asleep in such a place? Kelly got up in a daze, muttering to herself with some confusion. Wake up, Kelly. How are you? Did you sleep well? Ah. Brother Yang. I'm sorry. Coley pushed you down. Did you get hurt somewhere? After hearing the sound, Kelly instantly woke up and then stood up to apologize to Nazhiyang. I can only say, are you truly a child from another world? If this were to be changed from where I used to be, not to mention apologizing, I might even be falsely accused and reported to the police if I don't give it. With both hands propped up, Nazhiyang sat up and smiled at the woman standing next to her, reaching out to touch her head. Haha. I'm fine, Kelly. The sun is almost setting, won't you go home? Ah. Damn it. It's already this time. What should I do? I didn't go back so late, but Coley will be scolded by the Qin team leader. Chapter 3. Crazy Replication, familiarize yourself with it. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Looking at Kelly's somewhat flustered appearance, Ziyang pondered for a moment. How about this, Kelly? I'll go back with you. If the piano captain wants to punish you, you can say you're late to help me. How about that? Upon hearing these words, Corey's eyes lit up as she had already drooped. The ears that were pulled down stood up again. Really? Let's go. Kelly doesn't want to be punished by Captain Qin. As she spoke, Kelly grabbed Nazhiyang's hand and ran out in one direction. Kelly. Trust me so much, are you not afraid that I am a bad person? Kelly can feel that Brother Yang is not a bad person. Hurry up and leave. Okay, I understand now, don't drag anymore. By the way, are you really feeling very accurate? Kelly doesn't know. Detection target. Kelly. Strength estimation. Ordinary person to the later stage of explosive city. The figures of the two gradually moved away from the position of Xingluo Lake. Not long after the two of them left, a minstrel dressed in green suddenly emerged from nowhere. The emerald green pupils stared in the direction where the two had just left, just staring silently. After a moment, I didn't know what was on my mind. Suddenly, I smiled and played the lyre in my hand. A light and cheerful note sounded, and the person had disappeared. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Proficient in swimming. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Proficient in wind wings. Along the way, Nazhiyang's gaze was fixed on Kelly, basically replicating all of her beneficial abilities. But copying to the same ability is not stacking, TSK. Negative review, must be negative. Follow Coley across a long bridge until you reach the entrance of Mon City, where two knights are asleep. Kelly didn't even glance at the two sleeping knights and ran in, telling Nazhiyang to catch up quickly. Such knights come to guard the door. Is it okay? A thought flashed through his mind, and Nazhiyang followed him directly, walking all the way to the Shifeng Knights. Cory is back. She came back so late, but she will be scolded by the leader of the Qin team. Is there nothing wrong? It's okay, honor Knight sister, and Xiaopaming. Kelly came back late because she helped brother Yang. Just arrived at the entrance of the Shifeng Knights, the two of them met Ying and Paimeng, who happened to open the door. After listening to what Kelly said, the two immediately turned their gaze to Nazhiyang. Are you also from another world? Successfully copied, acquired ability. Flying. Staring at Pemon for a few seconds, he replicated an unexpected but reasonable ability that was originally intended to continue, but was interrupted by the sound of a nearby scream. Nazhiyang spread his hands on both sides with a helpless expression on his face. Yeah, is it that obvious? Successfully copied, acquired ability. Wind element. I guessed a bit when I saw your outfit, and the square in your pocket is a phone, right? Oh, yes, they are travelers who have traveled countless worlds. How could they not know this? Yes, it's indeed a phone, but it's out of battery now. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Climbing skills. Looking at Jiang's honest appearance, Ying touched her chin thoughtfully. Let's go to the head of the Qin troop tomorrow to get your ID card. She's already very tired today, so you should also have some skills. How about getting to know this world with me? Well, that's okay, then Kelly. Should. With a silent gesture, Ying squatted down in front of Kelly. Kelly, let me explain to Captain Qin and you can just go home, okay? Hey. Is that okay? That's great. Then let me go. Wait a minute. Promise me something. Just as she was about to leave, Ying suddenly called out to Cory again. Cory turned around, her big eyes filled with big doubts. Is there anything else? Sister Ying. Kelly, keep this. Brother Yang's affairs confidential. Don't let anyone know. Ha. Why? Looking at Kelly's puzzled expression, Ying thought for a moment and decided to, oh. Don't ask, can you promise me? Okay, I promise Sister Ying. Hurry up and go back. Nodding, Coley ran towards the south of Mon City. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Nameless sword technique. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Cooking skills. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Wind vortex sword. While the two were talking, Nazhiyang kept looking at Ying, almost replicating her abilities. However, thinking about their conversation just now, Nazhiyang feels like things are not that simple. Ying, what are you going to do? Captain Qin, Before Paimeng could finish speaking, Ying held her in her arms and covered her mouth. Miss Ying, are you here? Upon hearing Nazhiyang's inquiry, Ying looked up with a particularly normal to slightly abnormal smile. It's okay, don't worry, come with me. Watching Ying's receding figure, Nazhiyang felt as if his eyelids were twitching. There's a ghost in my heart. But there's no good solution right now, let's follow up and take a look. I don't know when the time is now. Ying is already an honorary knight, which means that the matter with Tuolin is over, and the fools should also be expelled from Mond. I don't know how long it will take. Ying is about to set off for Liyue, so let's take a closer look first. With such thoughts in mind, I kept following behind the screen until my final destination was actually the Adventurer Association. That's right, it's in front of Catherine. Ying directly accepted a commission to suppress Slim, and then looked over again. Let's go, take you to get to know Mond. Oh. Sister, are you taking me to get to know Mond? You're not trying to catch me as a laborer, are you following Ying? Nazhiyang kept looking around as if searching for something. I am indeed looking for someone, a bard. If I could stare at Wendy, or rather at Barbados for a while, I wouldn't just become a god. Oh, no, you can't become a god, you just gain abilities. Are you looking for something? You're looking left and right. It's nothing, I'm just a bit of a strange world. You should know their understanding of themselves, but the newcomers who come to this world for the first time cannot simply say that they want to find someone, otherwise something will happen. Nodding, Pai Meng didn't say anything more. The three of them left the city like this, and the knight at the entrance was still sleeping. Chapter 4. Monster Brushing Upgrade, Don't Come Over. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After a while, it was already dark and the two of them were watching the few slimes in the distance by the river with food. Here you go and give it a try. Speaking, Ying handed over a long sword. Oh no, it should be called a one-handed sword. I'm going. Are you sure? I'm just an ordinary person. Nazhiyang pointed to himself and then to Slim in the distance, looking at Ying with some disbelief. Whoosh. When? Cut it out. Do you believe this on your own? Hurry up and give it a try. Ying didn't say much, just quickly threw a sword at Nazhiyang and was directly blocked by lifting the sword frame. TSK. Go ahead, go ahead. Since it has already been discovered, there is no need to install it. Coincidentally, this is also my first battle, so I can give it a try. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Water element. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Bubble. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Mount Tai is the best. I only copied these two things from Slim, and it seems that there are no other beneficial abilities. No matter how I look at it, nothing else has emerged. Hurry up, what are you hesitating about? Slim has already come over, and I'm watching. You can rest assured. Taking a deep breath, Nazhiyang clenched the hilt of his sword and his expression became more serious. Anyway, it's also my first battle, so it's necessary to take it seriously. Clack. Clack. That ellipse, too. Oh, the circular slime jumped twice, and Nazhiyang saw an opportunity for it to jump and directly swung down with a sword. With a swoosh, little Slim was split in half. First kill, experience has been activated. Kill Water Slim, gain experience. 12. Feeling the strength that seemed to have increased slightly compared to before, Nazhiyang's eyes lit up. At this moment, he looked at the remaining slimes as if he had seen some delicious food. Kill Water Slim, gain experience. 12. Kill Water Slim, gain experience. 9. Kill Water Slim, gain experience. 15. It is now confirmed that it is not only a level increase that leads to strength, but also an increase in experience points obtained. It's okay, in that case, there won't be a situation where you've brushed a lot of monsters, but your strength will always be at its original level. Now, Nazhiyang turned his gaze to the last slime, which was a large water slime. At this moment, Slim spat out a water bubble from above and threw it over. Seeing this thing, Nazhiyang quickly dodged to the side. You can't be trapped by this thing, otherwise it will become super troublesome. After avoiding the bubbles, Nazhiyang intended to launch a direct attack, but found that the water slime had already jumped up. It's not like positioning in the air in games, but directly hitting it. It's really a real physics engine. Nazhiyang rolled aside and dodged, while Ying, who had already stood up next to him, sat down again at this moment. Kill a large water slime and gain experience. 52, congratulations, you have upgraded. There was a system prompt sound in his ear, but Nazhiyang didn't immediately go to look because Ying's applause had already come from behind. Not bad, let's talk about it. You're definitely not an ordinary person. When I saw your gaze, I knew it. What? Alright, don't look. Collect the materials on the ground and let's go back. Miss Ying. Is this really a way to get familiar with this world? After quickly collecting the gel on the ground, Nazhiyang looked at Ying with some distrust and asked suddenly. Oh my. Cough. Of course. Don't worry. I will soon familiarize you with this world. Okay, don't think too much. This guy just wants to treat himself like a laborer. Do you really think that the time traveler is so easy to deceive? Nazhiyang had already made a secret decision in his heart, to collect all the things here and leave directly. You can't continue to be used as a laborer by this scum. When they collected the last piece of gel, they reached out together. Nazhiyang grabs the slim gel and Ying grabs the hand. At that moment, a strange feeling surged in her heart, and Ying suddenly looked up at Pai Meng. Parman. We have something to do, go around and help us see if anyone is coming. Hey. What's up with you guys? Don't worry, go and watch. Oh. Okay. Feeling like he couldn't ask anything, Pai Meng flew straight to the side, and Ying grabbed Nazhiyang and ran towards the nearby grass. After arriving here, he threw Nazhiyang to the ground and then unloaded two things from his body. Looking at the lantern hanging on the branch next to him, Nazhiyang seemed to know what was going to happen. Wait a minute. Miss Ying. Ying. Don't come over. Don't come over. Nazhiyang actually wanted to refuse, but Ying's immense power made it impossible for him to resist. After a period of time, Pai Meng, who was feeling bored, flew back. There has always been no one around. Are you? At all. Everything she saw in front of her made her instantly cover her eyes, close her mouth, and quietly watch from the side. Thinking rarely starts to become active. Hey. This is how could this be? They only met for the first time today, right? Why then I took a glance and covered my eyes. After a while, I felt so strange again, so I took another look. Until a few hours later, all three of them fell asleep in the wilderness. In the morning, she opened her eyes and rubbed them in a daze, suddenly feeling a burst of pain. At this moment, she realized something and turned her head to look at Nazhiyang sitting cross-legged next to her. Oh. Good morning, Miss Ying. You. Dare to do this? Hello. Miss Ying, you did all this yourself. I've tried to resist, but I can't resist you. In this moment, all memories surged up, and the expression on Ying's face twisted. I was originally looking for a coolie, but I didn't expect to get myself involved. After another period of time, Ying calmed down and looked at Nazhiyang with a very complex expression. You. Take responsibility for me. I was forced. If you want to take responsibility, shouldn't you be responsible? As he spoke, Nazhiyang learned from a certain demon sage and made a face-covering cry. Woo-woo. I am just a simple, innocent, and pure beautiful young man. I was treated like this by you. You must take responsibility for me. Ying. This sudden situation has completely disrupted Ying. I had originally planned to take advantage of this opportunity to make a mistake and have Nazhiyang issue IOUs. But now Chapter 5. What's the same? I gave it a try. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After a while, Mon City, Deer Hunter Restaurant. Ying bit her lower lip and looked displeased as she looked at the man across from her who was enjoying his meal. At first, I just wanted to hire him as a laborer to see if he could do it. If he could, in the future, under the guise of training, I would let him do tasks and receive his own rewards, enjoying himself. But now, although that face doesn't seem tiresome no matter how you look at it, it feels uncomfortable no matter how you think. Surprisingly, so hastily unfortunately, it was oneself who took the initiative. The other party did indeed fight back to the death, which makes it difficult for people to speak. Ying's heart was full of doubts, with the intention of suspecting that the man in front of her was causing trouble, but the other person's strength, it doesn't seem like the other party's movements at all. Is it really just a momentary impulse for oneself? Impossible, absolutely impossible. Absolutely. Ha. I'm full now, thank you for entertaining me, Ying. Ah, yes, and this address has been changed directly since the morning, just by name. Looking at that Jiang's appearance, Ying leaned on her forehead and sighed. Ah. Alright, let me give you some more. You can make do with it yourself first, or go to the Knight's Order of the West Wind to explain. We have something else to do today, let's wait until tomorrow. We'll make other arrangements with you tomorrow. Putting down a bag of mora, Ying called Pai Meng and left together. Nazhiyang stayed in place alone, feeling a bit confused. How do you feel like you've been affected by something? And what is this bag of mora? What will happen after it's finished? It's so similar, it's so similar. Looking at Ying, who had already paid for his meal and left not far away, Nazhiyang picked up the bag of mora in a daze and stood up to leave. It feels like before leaving the restaurant, everyone around me seemed to be looking at me with a teasing gaze. After this incident, Nazhiyang deeply realized the terrifying aspect of his physique and minimized the power unlocked after completing the task. Walking on the way to the Shifeng Knights, Nazhiyang opened a chat group and took a glance. As a result, I realized that my points had already exceeded 1,000. I quickly found a chair and sat down to see what Marissa had done in the group. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. That's right, that's it, hee 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 hee. Middle 2, Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers. Oh. I understand, you are indeed a wizard from another world. Passerby, Xia Jiqiu Shiyu. Although incredible, these are indeed true. Flipping up, another person came in that night. Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers came in the morning. Under the leadership of Morisa, Xia Jiqiu Shiyu began to speak at least 10 words per sentence. There was also the little bird that came in this morning to swim in Luhua. Encouraged by these two people, they quickly discovered the way to earn points, and each sentence should not be less than 10 words. Now in the ability sharing, there are 2 new abilities added. One is intermediate writing skills for literary writers, and the other is delusional power. You can tell at a glance who passed it all on. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Have new members arrived? Warm welcome. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Ah. The group leader has appeared. Where did you go before? Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Even welcoming new people is me alone. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Demon Lisa. Master, you're too much. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Don't say that, there was something before. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Besides, aren't I here now? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Wait, I'll upload a few more abilities. Middle 2, Little Bird's Tour of 6 Flowers. New ability. Middle 2, Little Bird's Tour of 6 Flowers. Let the true eye of the Demon King use it to enrich your own strength. Opening the ability sharing function, Nazhiyang has uploaded 4 abilities. Wind Element, Flight, Wind Vortex Sword, and Bubble. As if suddenly remembering something, I opened my own panel and glanced at it. View Panel. Host. Nazhiyang. Race. Human. Strength. Explosive Brick, 0/1000, Ability. Ability Copy, Black, Constitution. Mema Constitution, Gold, Explosive Bricks. Are you saying that you can now smash bricks with your bare hands? Looking at his own hand, he glanced at the nearby stone pier. DUNZ, Nazhiyang clenched his fists, but eventually gave up. No, I just entered this level, I think I'm that kind of red brick. Well, marble is still a bit early. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Just uploaded a few abilities, take a look. In the second world, Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers just finished class. After synchronizing the things in the ability sharing, I took advantage of the 10-minute break and ran to the school backyard with full enthusiasm. Looking around, there was no one around. The little bird swam with a curl at the corner of its mouth, extended its right hand forward, and lifted its left hand to grab the eye mask it was wearing. Evil King's true eye, let me liberate a part of my weak power. Wind, gather in my hands. Speaking with full lines, I used the Wind Vortex Sword, and the wind converged on the right hand of Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers, gradually forming a green ball. The fierce wind blew the leaves around and made them fly. Just as the wind was getting stronger, the little bird felt uncomfortable playing 6 flowers and wanted to terminate this skill by directly interrupting the output of the wind element. But the skill did not scatter as imagined, but instead crashed forward with a loud bang. Click. 10 meters away, a wooden chair that may have been around for some time just broke. Little bird Yu Luhua fled the scene in a panic and ran towards the teaching building, running towards her own classroom. Hey! Classmate! Don't run in the hallway, it's very dangerous. Because she was too anxious to leave, little bird Yu Luhua didn't notice at all. There was a blonde with 2 ponytails watching her from a distance. Middle 2, Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers. I just tried it out, it's so amazing. Passerby, Xia Jiqiu Shiyu. Aren't you at school? How did you try? Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Hey! Is there anything in school that can't be tried? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Morisa, don't treat their school like a temple house. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Their schools are all ordinary people, not like you who have everything. Passerby, Xia Jiqiu Shiyu. Is the relationship between the two so good? How could they call each other by name? Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Isn't that good? It's troublesome to bring respect. Passerby, Xia Jiqiu Shiyu. Do you think so? It's really generous. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Oh, by the way, Group Leader, shouldn't the chat group in the novel have checked that IN? Where is check.in? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. No, I haven't seen this feature yet. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Hey! Is it just chatting to earn points? There's no lottery either. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. No, only things randomly refreshed in the mall. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Hey! Okay, but it's also pretty good now. Friends who like it, come and get some data. If there's nothing, I can't generate electricity for love. Chapter 6. Identity Proof, Finding a Cat. You are listening at novelfull.audio. After chatting casually, Nazhiyang closed the chat panel and got up and walked towards the Shifeng Knights. Not long after, we arrived at the entrance of the Shifeng Knights, where 2 knights were also standing, but unlike the 2 at the city gate, they did not sleep, but looked energetic and energetic. Seeing Nazhiyang walking towards the door, the 2 of them almost spoke together. Please wait a moment, if there is anything you can tell us, we will inform the head of the piano team. Okay, I would like to apply for an ID card. I just came to this world. Ha! Is it the descendant? Please wait a moment, I'll go report to the Qin team leader. Watching Otto walking towards the door, Nazhiyang's thinking became active. I remember when I used to play games, the conversation at the door seemed to say, "You don't look like a suspicious person, just go in." It seems that I am now a so-called suspicious person. After waiting for a few minutes, Otto came out and made a standard greeting gesture for the knights. Please come in. After entering, the first door on the left side is the office of the piano team leader. Nodding to indicate that he knew, Nazhiyang pushed open the door of the knights and walked in. Entering the hall of the Westwind Knights, there is a lean knight with short black hair at the right entrance, and a slightly overweight knight standing at the second door on the left. Nazhiyang didn't pay much attention and walked straight to the first door on his left. When he arrived at the door, he hesitated for a moment and decided to knock on the door. Dong dong dong. Please come in. After hearing the sound coming from inside, Nazhiyang pushed the door forward and the first thing he saw was a knight with a golden ponytail tied up. The overall attire is blue, white, and gold, with gloves on both hands and gold armor on the right forearm for protection. From the appearance alone, this is a serious and responsible knight, but his serious face exudes a hint of fatigue. I have a rough understanding of your situation, and now. The leader of the Qin team is official, and Nazhiyang is also very cooperative. The identity issue was resolved within an hour. And while solving these issues, successfully copied, acquired ability. Shifeng swordsmanship. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Wind pressure sword. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Wind element, stacked, put away his identification documents, and Nazhiyang looked at the pile of things to be processed next to the head of the piano group. Captain Qin. Is there anything else? The piano captain put down his pen and looked up at Nazhiyang. Is there anything I can help you with? Just give me an order, it just took up so much of your time. Ah. It's okay, that's my responsibility, you don't have to worry. But with so many things to handle every day, there must be some urgent things that you can't take care of, right? You don't need to be polite, I have indeed taken up a lot of your time. Well, there's just one commission you can do here. Margaret, the owner of the Cattail Tavern, has lost her cat and is going to find it in Mon City. Sigh. Upon hearing this task, Nazhiyang seemed to suddenly think of something and his face twitched. Boy, theoretically speaking, hasn't Ying already completed this task? Is this cat really searched twice a day? No problem, leave it to me. After saying these words, Nazhiyang noticed that Qin suddenly looked over. Do you all descend like this? Do you enjoy helping others? What was originally intended to be said in the latter half of the sentence doesn't seem to be true, it may have been a last-minute change of tone out of politeness. For this point, Nazhiyang did not give much explanation, just turned around and left with the commission, talking as he walked. It's not a big deal, it's just about receiving someone else's favor and repaying it a little bit. I've all said that's where the responsibility lies. Sigh. Before he could finish speaking, Nazhiyang had already gone out. Seeing this situation, the leader of the Qin team could only sigh and continue to handle other matters. Nazhiyang didn't say to do one set at a time, he said he wanted to go and complete it, so he headed straight to the Mao Wei Tavern. This is not really about helping others or anything. After all, I have copied all the abilities of others. Although I only have abilities, I still only have explosive skills in my whiteboard. Well, it's just that I feel guilty in my heart. I don't want to leave an impression or create a favorable impression, absolutely not. While thinking about it, I walked towards the target location and soon saw Margaret, the owner of the Cattail Tavern. Welcome to the Cattail Tavern. What would the guests like to order? Before he could finish speaking, Nazhiyang picked up the commission he had received. Ah, is that what it is? Haha. Let me tell you about the little prince. A few more minutes passed, and Nazhiyang left the Cat's Tail Tavern and began searching for the black cat, the little prince. Okay, you're really the little prince again. On the streets of Mon City, Nazhiyang originally wanted to use elemental vision to find cats, but after opening elemental vision, it's not the kind of elemental power in games that only has goals, all sorts of lines mixed together. Element perspective. TSK. I can't drive it a bit. Nazhiyang wandered aimlessly in the city of Mond, beginning to search for it, as if taking a walk. Of course, it's not entirely possible to be walking and looking for cats, but mainly looking for Wendy and other Eye of God holders. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Thunder element. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Rock element. It has to be said that there are still many holders of the God's Eye in the city of Mond. Thanks to this gift, Nazhiyang now has 6 elements on his body. However, apart from some characters that appeared in the original game, most of the others don't have any good skills. So is that the difference between supporting role and Longtao? A period of time passed, and Nazhiyang replicated a bunch of things. During this time, Wendy was not found, but the little prince was found first. There are no complicated operations like in the game, and Nazhiyang directly lifted the black cat with the strong wind elements obtained through several stacking operations. Then walk over, grab it, hold it in your arms, and perform a routine like flowing clouds and water. I don't know if it's because of his physical condition, but the black cat little prince didn't struggle. Instead, he lay comfortably on Nazhiyang's arm. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Heart armor. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Rock element, stacked, Noel. Staring at the maid outfit with short white hair knight, after watching for a while, Nazhiyang copied 2 more things, but these few seconds also caught the other person's attention. Sir, can I help you with anything? No, I'm just a little curious. There's actually a maid here. You're busy with it, I'll leave first. Chapter 7. The popular Nazhiyang, come often. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Noel initially felt strange and somewhat skeptical, but when he saw the black cat in Nazhiyang's arms, Noel understood and immediately stopped saying anything more. The little prince of the Cat Tail Tavern, this is almost known to everyone in the Knights. Pushing open the door of the Cat's Tail Tavern again, Nazhiyang walked in holding the cat. Welcome. Little prince. When she saw the black cat, Margaret showed a surprised expression and picked it up. However, unlike before, this time the black cat actually struggled. The little prince. What's wrong with you? Margaret was very puzzled about this and released her hand in order not to harm the black cat. As soon as he released his hand, the little prince jumped onto Nazhiyang's body, climbed onto his shoulders, and lay on his neck like a scarf. Seeing this scene, Margaret laughed directly at the owner of the Cat's Tail Tavern. Hee. It seems that the little prince really likes you. Do you want to stay and have a drink? No, I don't have much more on me. Upon hearing such words, Margaret suddenly covered her mouth and smiled twice, first giving herself the reward for the task 2,000 moles, and then continued on. Oh my! Seeing how much the little prince likes you, I'll treat you to a drink. I'll be more respectful than obedient. Well, that's right, Shuyun. Have a glass of apple cider. Shuyun. After calling twice but finding no response, Margaret showed a puzzled expression. Just then, a little girl with pink short hair and cat ears and tail appeared. Shuyun went to the restroom, I'll come. Then please, Diana. Have a special drink. Diana is our top bartender here. By the way, I don't know what your name is, sir. I'm Margaret, the owner of the Cattail Tavern. Turning her head, she noticed that Nazhiyang was staring straight at Diana, and Margaret had a bad idea in her heart. Does this person have any special interests? But seeing all the cats in the store gathered around him, I didn't quite believe he was a bad person. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Ice element, stacked, successfully copied, obtained ability. Blessing of Spring Water Elf. I am Nazhiyang, who just registered as a resident of Mon today. When Nazhiyang answered, he didn't shift his gaze and kept staring at Diana. Seeing this situation, Margaret took a step aside and stood in between the two. Before she could say anything, Zongman spoke up first and dispelled Margaret's doubts just now. Boss. Do you still hire child labor here? Of course not, we are a legitimate store here. Don't look at Diana like this, she is actually 18 years old. What does like this mean? From behind came Diana's dissatisfied voice, and Margaret smiled awkwardly. Nazhiyang didn't say anything about it, just withdrew his gaze and started playing with the cat on his body. Who? It seems that I misunderstood. Such thoughts flashed through her heart, and she didn't continue to stand in her way. Anyway, there are no customers in the store now, so Margaret might as well sit across from Nazhiyang. Watching the interaction between this person and a group of cats, Margaret suddenly felt that the scene was very warm. After waiting for a few more minutes, Diana walked over with a cup of something that looked very eerie. It's really strange, why are you so attracted to them? Is there any secret? The secret? No, it's like this. As Nazhiyang spoke, he extended his right hand and immediately 3 cats ran over, rubbing their hands back and forth. It seems like I can attract them with just one action. I don't understand. Give it a try and see how it tastes. Nazhiyang picked up the strange cup, hesitated for a moment, and then took a small sip. The taste is great. Cut. Did you fail again? Diana seemed a bit unhappy and went back to the mixing table again. He picked up his glass again and drank all the strange liquid inside in one breath, then opened his mouth and breathed heavily. Mr. Nazhiyang, are you drinking for the first time? Hoo. Yes, it's the first time. Upon hearing these words, Margaret suddenly burst into laughter. Ha. Then you should come often in the future. Everyone in the store also likes you. No. I actually don't drink alcohol, after all, drinking can cause trouble. I hope my brain stays clear all the time. Buzz. Before Margaret could say anything, a small figure suddenly darted to the side. Diana held Nazhiyang's hand directly, her face filled with an expression of agreement. Please make sure to stick to it. We don't only have drinks here, but also fruit juice, so come often. Oh, I will. If there's a Mora, I'll definitely come. This was something even Margaret didn't expect. Diana would actually stay guests for the Cattail Tavern. Margaret is happy to see this, but soon she felt something was wrong and looked at Diana with a strange gaze. So, Miss Diana, can you let go of my hand now? Hey. Meow. Diana quickly withdrew and her face turned a little red because of the response from Nazhiyang's words. In the end, under Margaret's playful gaze, she returned to the back of the mixing table. Buzzing. Okay, I should probably go now. I'm going to get some more. Come often when you have time. Watching Nazhiyang leave the Cattail Tavern, Margaret turned her head and looked at Diana with a strange gaze. Diana, are you? No, absolutely not. How could it be? Ha. But I haven't said anything yet. Since the beginning, the chat group has been buzzing. After leaving the Maowei Tavern, Nazhiyang casually found a place to sit down and check the chat group. As soon as I opened it, I saw something disgusting that made me feel nauseous. Passerby, Xia Jiqiu Shiyu. At Nazhiyang, whoops. Master of the group. Please tidy up the house. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. How about tidying up the house? How about it? Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Marissa. Hiss. Why do I feel a little uncomfortable? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Xia jiqiu shiyu, be normal, I'm afraid. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. You have finally appeared, Lord Leader. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. You really make me miss you so much. Chapter 8. Simple Punishment, a Suggestion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. If you have something to do, just say it. Don't be so disgusting. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. Cut. Generally speaking, speaking like this will make men more excited, won't it? Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. It shouldn't be impossible, my lord. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Alright, this way of playing, right. You wait. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. I made your eyes roll white, your brain can't think. Middle 2, little bird swimming 6 flowers. So. Such shameful words can be easily spoken. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Well, Group Leader, you really don't shy away at all. Passerby, Xiazikiu shiyu. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. Master, what you say makes me feel like I'm being targeted by hooligans. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. I'm talking about electric shock, what are you talking about? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. As long as I gently touch here, she will be electrified. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. When I say you guys, shouldn't you think it's wrong on your own? Middle 2, little bird swimming 6 flowers. Ah. Oh, it's an electric shock, then it's okay. The bird swims in Luhua and the fog and rain magic in Lisha, and both of them blush at the same time. These two people did have a crooked mind just now. But xia jiqiu shiyu's face did not turn red, but rather pale, constantly alert to the possibility of being electrocuted. After waiting for a while and finding no response, I opened the chat group again. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. Are you trying to scare me, right? Why don't you feel anything? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. I just didn't press it. Why, do you really want to experience it? Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. Let's just forget it. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. I said you too quickly, right? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. So what's going on? Are you saying it or not? Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. Where should I experiment with the shared ability? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. I'll go. Do you treat me like a nanny? Find it yourself. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. The group leaders wouldn't really go this far, would they? Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. Let me be a weak little woman. Passerby, Xiazikiu shiyu. Searching for a training place alone. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. He is so pitiful. He is really pitiful. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Wow. This is a bit exaggerated, isn't it? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. I think so. How about giving you a call? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. I think you must have been possessed by evil. An electric shock should restore normal function. Passerby, xia jiqiu shiyu. No. Wait a moment. Without continuing to read what was said in the group, Yang directly clicked on the profile picture of xia jiqiu shiyu, clicked the punishment button, selected electric shock, and set the state to tingle all over. Are you sure to implement punishment by electrocuting xia jiqiu shiyu to the point where she feels numb all over? Yes/no, yes. Just after Nazhiyang chose it, on the other side, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu, who was on the rooftop of the school, suddenly froze and screamed. Firstly, I was electrocuted, and then I felt a tingling sensation all over my body, as if I had been sitting for a long time and my legs were numb, but it was like my whole body was numb. Wherever I move, I feel numb and numb, even behind my eyeballs. This feeling lasted for about 5 minutes before it ended. Hiss. Recalling the uncomfortable feeling just now, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu decided not to say hi in the group, especially to the group leader in the future. Click. At that moment, the door to the rooftop suddenly opened, and a young man with black-framed glasses and short black hair walked out. Xia Zhiqiu, I finally found you. Please make sure to join our club. Didn't I already refuse? I know, but our club really needs senior students. We need your help, senior students. Aniluan also said a series of tempting things. But just being electrocuted, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu's mind was extremely clear now, and her eyes immediately narrowed. Ani, instead of drawing these big cakes, why don't you say something substantial? What can I get? I am already in my 3rd year of high school and time is very tight. I have my own things to do. If I cannot say anything substantial, please don't continue to pester me. Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu's attitude was resolute and unwavering, which made Aniluan instinctively take a step back. Watching Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu pass by, Aniluan once again blocked in front of her. Wait. Sister Xia Zhiqiu. This is a great opportunity to become famous, and the entire industry is rare. Are you really not tempted at all? I'm sorry, student Ani. I don't believe that you can do that with your abilities. Please don't get in the way anymore. I need to review. As she spoke, she was about to bypass Aniluan and walk towards the door of the heavenly platform. However, at this moment, Aniluan once again stood in front of her, which made Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu a little angry. Are you really not considering it anymore? Senior Xia Zhiqiu. TSK. Please don't be so persistent. The feeling you give me now is like a fly flying everywhere, no matter how hard you try to drive it away. Senior sister. But this is really. I have clearly refused you several times. Please don't force me to use violent means to make you leave, Ani. This is my last line, move away. I originally wanted to continue to rely on it, but when I looked up at the cold gaze of Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu, Aniluan's heart trembled and she moved aside. Passerby, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu. Master, because of the one you just did. Passerby, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu. I am grateful to my lovely younger brother. Passerby, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu. Surprisingly used threatening means. Passerby, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu. This is a very significant mistake for me, who needs to maintain interpersonal relationships. Passerby, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu. You must take responsibility well, Lord Leader. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. Junior, who? Aniluan too. That's right, isn't it? Passerby, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu. How did you know? Startled for a moment, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu no longer maintained the requirement of typing more than 10 words per sentence. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. My suggestion here is to kill directly, dear. Chapter 9. Adventurers Association, preparing to slam monsters. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Passerby, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu. Middle 2, little bird swimming 6 flowers. Is it really fake? Just kill it, is that okay? Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Marissa. Is it okay? Just do it clean. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. No, it's not right. What's going on? Group Leader, Nazhiyang. I won't talk to you anymore. I have something else to do. Passerby, Xia Zhiqiu Shiyu. No, group leader, you just ran away like this. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Nah. Let's talk about it. That. Fantasy Town, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Aniluan, what have you done? Closing the chat panel, Nazhiyang stood up and walked towards the location of the Adventurer Association branch. Welcome to the Adventurers Association, towards the stars and the abyss. Seeing the unusually familiar figure, Nazhiyang spoke directly. I want to become an adventurer. Upon hearing these words, Catherine did not directly agree, but instead looked up and down first. Sir, are you sure? Becoming an adventurer is a very dangerous thing for ordinary people. It's okay, I have no problem dealing with the owner of the God's Eye with my strength. Catherine didn't answer directly, but looked for a while again, not knowing what she was looking at. Okay, you are already an adventurer, so it's not too late. Let me introduce you to the newly naturalized adventurer. Am I already an adventurer? Do I need to register for something? Regarding what Catherine said, Jiang was somewhat puzzled. Don't worry, the Adventurers Association does not require membership fees, nor will it force adventurers to fulfill any obligations. In other words, joining the association is only beneficial and has no harm. Okay, can I take on the commission now? Upon hearing these words, Catherine walked a little to the side and reached out to point to something on the table. Yes, please take a look here. There is a commission published by the Adventurers Association, which includes rewards. As the number of tasks completed increases, your adventure level will also increase. Every time you level up, our Adventurers Association will award you some rewards as incentives. This is some help for new adventurers, please keep it safe. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. After speaking, Catherine handed over a Mond map and a manual with a guide for newcomers. Opening the map and looking at it, Nazhiyang asked his only question. How do you confirm completion of a task after completing it? Will there be situations where you haven't completed the task but come back to report completion? After completing the entrustment, we can keep some evidences, such as the masks of the Chucho people, the gel of Slim, and the masks of the Abyss Mage, which can be used as evidence. We, the Adventurers Association, will also purchase some valuable materials. In this way, Jiang roughly understood and directly drew out 5 commissions. Let me take 5 first. The 5 commissions are all for the campaign against Slim and the Chio Ren camp. Are you sure? I suggest you start with Slim. The hill thugs and hill shamans at the hill camp are a bit difficult to deal with. It's okay, don't worry, my strength is not that weak. Okay, please be careful. There are some basic descriptions of the materials in the beginner's guide. Please take a look. Catherine nodded and said some basic things before speaking again. Nazhiyang had just turned around and was about to leave when he suddenly heard Catherine's voice again. Wrong. Wrong, heavy. Try. Okay, is it really a bionic robot? Speaking of which, the headquarters of the Adventurers Association is in Jidong country, shouldn't the Adventurers Association be Dr. Duo Tori's? What is this? The fools are from the Winter Country, and the Adventurers Association is also from the Winter Country. The Adventurers Association has also issued a commission to clean up the fools, so, is the Adventurers Association an insider of the Winter Country? Shaking his head, without much thought, Nazhiyang believed that it was better to improve his own strength first. After all, abilities have gained a lot, and elemental power has also accumulated a lot, but one's own whiteboard ability, which is physical strength, has just exploded. What do you want to do so much? Turning around and walking towards the outside of Mon City, Nazhiyang was ready to go and hunt monsters. As he walked to the door, something suddenly came to his mind. Nazhiyang stopped and walked towards the distant Schutz blacksmith's shop. Of course, the characters are not recognized, and the name of this thing is still known when I used to play games. Arriving at the blacksmith's shop, Wagner was not forging iron, as if resting. On the side, his disciple Schutz was blowing a fire by the fireplace. Boss. Buy a sword. Well, let's see for ourselves. Nazhiyang casually took down a sword and left after paying. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Proficient in forging iron. After leaving, Nazhiyang did not leave the city, but returned to Catherine's place. Is there anything else? Mr. Zhiyang. Do you have any books like Tivat's study of writing? Give me one. As soon as these words were spoken, Catherine's eyes seemed to flicker with data. It's really amazing. You don't know our Tivat script, but you can communicate with us normally. Please wait, I'll provide you with a free dictionary. As she spoke, Catherine rarely turned around and rummaged behind her for something. At this moment, Nazhiyang noticed something similar to a keyhole on Catherine's neck. This is the dictionary of Tivat's basic characters, but it's best to find someone to teach you, because dictionaries are all written in Tivat's characters. Well, I got it, thank you. You're welcome. Looking at Catherine's smile, a thought flashed through Nazhiyang's mind. Is this really a bionic robot? Without much thought, I bought a bag with 100 moles and went straight out of the city. What is the bag for? Of course, it is used as a cover-up, otherwise, without the divine eye, things can disappear out of thin air, which may cause some trouble. Perhaps in the future, we can create something similar to the Eye of God. While thinking, I walked over the bridge outside of Mond and saw a little boy feeding pigeons on the bridge. A somewhat evil idea suddenly appeared in the mind, but it was quickly suppressed by Nazhiyang, without doing anything extra, just moving forward normally. As he passed by the pigeon flock, the little boy Timmy glanced over and didn't pay much attention. Who? Monster spawning is about to begin. Chapter 10. Usage of group files, fighting monsters and upgrading. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The group leader uploaded the Tivat Basic Dictionary to the group file. A prompt flashed, indicating that Nazhiyang had uploaded the dictionary to the group file. Transfer it to the file and then download it, and you will master all the knowledge in the dictionary in one go. Quickly, others seem to have also discovered this feature, and then Little Bird Game Luhua uploaded High School English to the group file. Little Bird Game Luhua uploaded High School Mathematics to the group file. Little Bird Game Luhua uploaded a group file in High School Mandarin. Xia Jiqiu Shiyu uploaded a High School Physics file to the group. Xia Jiqiu Shiyu uploaded a group file on High School Chemistry for the 3rd year. Fantasy Village, Mist Rain Magic Lisa. Hey! What are you doing? Passerby, Xia Jiqiu Shiyu. Learn quickly, this can save me a lot of time. Middle 2, Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers. That's right, that's it. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. 6, alright, you can handle it yourself. Group Leader, Nazhiyang. This function is indeed equivalent to a scumbag rescuer. Passerby, Xia Jiqiu Shiyu. I'm not a scumbag. What are you thinking? Middle 2, Little Bird Swimming 6 Flowers. Cough. So what, is it possible that I am? After walking for a while, looking at a group of ice slimes in front of him, Nazhiyang Dan held a sword and pointed straight ahead. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Ice Shield. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Ice Element, stacked, successfully copied, acquired ability. Chain Ice Cone. Successfully copied, acquired ability. Cold Ice Breathing. There is no one else around now, so Nazhiyang directly uses the Wind Vortex Sword, and the wind condenses in his hands. As the wind gathered, it also pulled Ice Slim over. At this moment, Nazhiyang suddenly had an idea and attached the element of fire, turning the originally green wind into a fiery red. At this moment, the Wind Vortex Sword also gathered to the extreme. Bang! The compressed wind element explodes directly, and several small shrems are directly blown to pieces, leaving gel-like cores. Kill small ice slime x5 and gain experience of 60. The largest ice slime has a slightly lighter ice shield on its body. Immediately after, Slim's body swelled and a cone of ice shot over like a bullet. Nazhiyang did not dodge, but released the newly acquired ice shield. At the moment it was released, Nazhiyang felt like he was in a bubble, like an abyssal mage, but he didn't float. Slim's ice cone hit the bubble, making a jingling sound and being bounced open. Until Slim's attack was over, Nazhiyang removed his ice shield and used the wind pressure sword of the Qin squadron leader, along with the fire element. With just one click, it melted Slim's ice shield, and the body was easy to deal with. It took a few strokes to get rid of. Kill a large ice slime and gain experience of 60. View panel. Host. Nazhiyang. Race. Human. Strength. Explosive brick 120/1000, extreme explosion. Cabin, ability. Ability copy, black, constitution. Mema constitution, gold. Well, if the previous punch that I didn't use my abilities could only explode a red brick, now I should be able to break a piece of marble. Humph. Let's go. Keep brushing monsters. The remaining 4 commissions, 2 are slime, 2 are the Chucho people's camp, slime are thunder and wind respectively, it is uncertain whether there is a large one. Nazhiyang is looking forward to the appearance of a large slime, which is easy for him to kill and provides him with a lot of experience. Chucho people. Forget it, let's go to Slim first. There should be rioters and shamans at Chucho people's camp, we'll talk later. After setting his own goal, Nazhiyang flew towards the direction of Slime. That's right, it's just flying. Although it can only fly at low altitudes, it's also flying. This is the ability that was originally replicated from Pemon. Anyway, flying is faster than running. In just a few minutes, we arrived at the gathering place of Slime at the mission site. Nazhiyang was trampled by a direct war and fell heavily from the air to the ground. Bang! ZZZ, killing a small thunderstorm gains experience of 105. In this way, a few small thunder slimes were directly killed, leaving only 2 large thunder slimes, 1 golden and 1 purple. Between the 2 slimes, there seemed to be a faint lightning connecting them. Not giving slime too many opportunities, Nazhiyang directly used water bubbles on both of them, and the 2 large bubbles popped out of his hands, wrapping the 2 large ray slimes inside. Subsequently, Nazhiyang directly used cold ice exhalation on the blister. With the powerful ice element power of the Nazhiyang, the bubbles, along with the slime inside, were frozen into ice cubes. After seeing the blister freeze, Nazhiyang immediately attached Noel's rock shield to his hand, clenched his fist, and threw it at 2 ice hockey balls. Bang! Kill a large thunderstorm and gain experience of 60. Kill the large thunder slime, mutation, and gain 95 experience. Collect the gel and Slim Qing falling from the ground directly into the system space, and Nazhiyang will continue to fly to the next target. That is the gathering place of Wind Slim. View panel. Host. Nazhiyang. Race. Human. Strength. Explosive brick 380/1000, extreme explosion. Cabin, ability. Ability copy, black, constitution. Mema constitution, gold. As he was about to arrive, Nazhiyang glanced at the panel and slowly smiled on his face. TSK. It looks like we'll be able to reach the next level soon.